Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with another One Piece manga review. We didn't review last week, but we're back and we will review again for the upcoming chapter, which will drop on Friday. So we'll probably review it either Friday night or Saturday. But you guys, this is chapter 1042. The victor needs no epithet. Coming with my man Christian Hollinger. Christian, how you doing this week? Oh, it's if anything, the raid failure fans are excited right now. Even though I don't think this should count as a failure, but we're gonna get into
it. Okay. I mean, I'm tired this week, man. I've been working off. I'm not even about to get into the raid failure. Asinine and dead.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm not with that at all, because we're gonna get. I'll just save it. But as y'all know, with the reviews, we do a quick brief summary, and then we go through each part of it and deep dive it. So it starts off with the cover page. We're seeing Oven carry the Vinsmoke book with Pudding looking like she did something suspicious. I'm assuming she saved them or something along that lines. We then see X Drake stabbing CP0 leader, thinking X Drake won. He then comes out and bullet. I think it's the finger bullets his throat. So damn near X Drake his larynx might be gone. X Drake is fucked up. We then see all the Firefest people lighting the lanterns, and then it goes straight up to Kaido and Luffy's fight. Kaido says something interesting like, man, how is this rubber? There's no way that rubber should move like this and feel like this. It has to be something else. We then see them fighting, and then Kaido goes into his drunken flirty mode, which I think is incredible because that's the only part of drunk that Oda forgot. So I think it worked really well. And then Luffy and him are still fighting. And then Kaido's like, hold up. Don't assume you're the only one that can see the future. And boom, Kaido pops out his future sight and does moves like Luffy in dragon form, and finally utilizes dragon form the right way by honestly getting inspired by Luffy and upgrading his moveset. He then bites him, flies all the way up, which is badass. I've been waiting for Kaido to do this to somebody. Spits him out, and then instead of just saying, oh, you're gonna hit the ground, fires a blast at him. I was like, all right, Kaido, now we cooking with grease. He shoots him. Luffy then goes into gear 4 to catch himself and starts flying up. They then go in the fight. He hits him with a gum overcon gun, which freaking just makes Kaido's eyes go white for a second. He bounces back. He hits him with a Bagua. Luffy's eyes go white for a second, but he pops back up, and Luffy's like, hold on, we got to do this again. So then he goes with the ultimate King Kong gun, but as that happens, CP0 iron bodies his ass, hits him, distracts him, and Kaido, man, look, Kaido should know by now. Like, you could stop. Kaido could have stopped that attack. Kaido's like, nah, I'm still hitting this nigga. I don't give a
fuck. he was traumatized, but yeah, he's not going to stop mid-swing. He's not.
I was like, how you taking another L like this, Kaido, letting someone distract you and people questioning your wins? But either way, we're going to get into it. You want to start with Luffy and Kaido first? Where you want to start?
I mean, there's not much to talk about on the cover page, but I do.
Do you think Pudding saved them? Because I do.
No.
No, you think they in that? Okay.
The continuation of last week where she was punching Yonji and Sanji. So this is just her. Yonji and Niji. I think this is just her continuing to pout. So this would be like a couple seconds after the last cover story where she's kind of like, yeah, that asshole.
And but then why? Let me ask you why Oven got that question mark right there, looking at her like, that's suspicious. Like, look at Oven's face. That's why I'm thinking she did something.
That's a good question. I only say that because if she cares about Sanji,
she would leave him in there.
When like guys bullied him, it's like, why would you be like, oh yeah, Sanji wants y'all free? Like, no, not really. So I don't think so. But it's plausible.
That's my theory. But X Drake, man, every time I'm always like, man, besides Zoro, Luffy, Kid, and Law and Killer, X Drake, the supernova, everybody should be hype about. That's the supernova I'm hype about. And every time I'm thinking he about to do something badass, he just takes an L. How X Drake can't beat CP0 leader 1? Law, Kid, Luffy, Zoro, and Killer would have beat this nigga. Especially that damaged.
As soon as you brought it up, I think that just goes back to show why Oda had the roof piece and why specifically these 5 supernova are the leaders of the next generation. It's not Rouge, it's not Capone.
I don't even know if Drake could be people are talking about how Drake could be the next admiral. He's not showing me nothing that's admiral level.
I mean, I mean, the
In the
Admirals
series,
are like,
maybe. Yeah,
the
they're in their
Admirals
40s, 30s.
40s, 50s,
Yeah,
and
40s,
Drake
50s.
something.
Yeah, Drake's
So
like in his late 20s, early 30s.
if he gets like the Kobe training, because
10
I know
years.
he hasn't been training under Garp, but Garp
Mm-mm.
got Kobe from a a
Shore
boat boy
boy to a captain. Yeah.
to someone who's supposedly supposed to be clashing with Boa Hancock in what 2 years?
Yeah, in fact, in 2 years. Yeah. Well, 3 if you count the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The first
Drake,
year, then 2 year time skip, and then
right.
what we had now.
So 3 years, Kobe has made a lot of progress. So I would say that if Drake was getting trained by,
and he got a great devil fruit. Like Drake has basically the Tyrannosaurus Rex one. His
right.
hybrid form should be like he should be kicking ass in his hybrid form.
Good, but I think that this is very similar to.
And I like his weapons, the axe, rapier, like.
Well, I think that this goes back to what I've been saying about the Flying Six. The Flying Six are nothing placeholders.
Yeah, facts.
Like when I think about it like this, the Flying Six are not impressive overall, but they are impressive
as a unit. Yeah,
they defeated them. So I wouldn't say that, like, for instance, Black Maria is a top tier, but when you say that Luffy has Robin, who is above Black Maria, then it's like, yo, like that's pretty legit.
Mm-hmm. And you got to think like when like let's say they're fighting the Big Mom pirates, like right. I would much rather have the Flying Six than the non-3 Sweet Command. Like if it's not Smoothie, Katakuri, or Cracker, I don't want none of them other lame ass kids. Like I'm taking the Toby Ropo over them.
And that's the point. Like, and I think that that's what Oda delineated with Kaido's crew, because I talked about this chapters ago. I said, okay, well, the Toby Ropo are nothing but the top 6 headliners. Mm-hmm. The headliners are nothing but like the top, however number many gifters.
Gifters, pleasures, that type of thing.
So if the headliners are just, I don't even know how many headliners he has. I'm assuming he has like 50 headliners or something.
Maybe
like
even
that.
more. Like it just depends. No, you're right. It's probably like 50, 60, and then the rest are like gifters and pleasures.
Yeah. But he probably has like a couple thousand, fodder, pleasure, non-Smile Devil Fruit users.
Yeah, and then the gifters who are waiting.
Have, your thousands of gifters. Of the thousands of gifters, you probably have like 50 headliners, because you got to remember low-tier opponents like Hold'em are headliners.
Facts.
Speed
was a headliner. No, that's her name. With the giraffe. And then Fortrix, the hen ass man is a fucking
They're trash. They're trash. Thanks. But they still have a title. So then you say, okay, well then the top 6 headliners are the Toby Ropo, which means that they're just the top 6 Smile Devil Fruit users.
Let me ask you this: Doflamingo, he would be above Toby. Okay.
But I mean, like, I don't understand.
Would he take Jack's spot?
Here's my thing. So I think that Kaido is going to specifically have Jack at number 3, because Kaido has shown that he cares about his importance. So he has a spot in his heart for Jack for whatever reason. So he's not going to defer to Doflamingo over Jack. But if we're talking about power scale,
I'm just talking strength. And is Doflamingo stronger than Jack? Yeah,
I got Doflamingo over Jack. For 2, 1, I believe he's objectively over Jack. But then 2, even if he's not, I think of moments where Doflamingo was controlling Jozo during Marine. And at that time, I can probably power scale differently now. But at that time,
Jozo probably stronger than Jack still. Yeah,
right.
Thanks.
I had Jozo over Dofi.
For sure.
But Dofi was manipulating him like it was nothing. So,
I wonder if hockey changes that now that we know, like with Law's thing.
People were using hockey back then. Like we know Jozo was using hockey. He hit,
yeah, fair. No, it does, because we saw when Luffy's hockey was strong, his willpower, he broke. Yeah, you're that 100%. 100%.
I mean, he's the only one we've seen who broke out of Doflamingo's control thus far. Mm-hmm. We also know that. We don't really know to what degree, but we saw Aokiji freeze Doflamingo.
Yeah, true.
Like effortlessly.
Has to be some hockey related shit for sure.
It's got right.
So
I would have to go above Jack, but
mm-hmm.
my point here is that Drake falls into the Toby Ropo level.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the Toby Ropo only exists to hype up someone else.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases, it's been the Straw Hats. In this case, it's CP0.
Yeah, facts. To show like there's a reason why Who's Who isn't like. There's a reason why this dude is the leader of CP0. Like he's strong for a reason, but he know he about to die. Like he knew that when he made the phone call.
Yeah, I mean, you just brought up a good point. So this guy should definitely be able to beat the brakes off of Who's Who, as far as I'm. So the fact that Drake didn't beat this guy makes sense, but it's also hype because it seems like Drake stabbed him through his chest.
Yeah,
he can't tell for all we know in the anime
because of the shave. Yeah, he might have that might be after image type shit.
Yeah, so it may not be that, but it looks like this guy easily just tanked getting impaled. He doesn't have a devil fruit or anything else. So this is impressive. When we get into things like, explain yourself, and I feel envious of you, I think that's pretty obvious. He's a CP0 puppet of, Gorosei. So that seemed to be pretty straightforward, but I'm still really caught off the fact that this guy used Saru while he's impaled. And the way that Oda depicts this, it's like his body just disappears. But it's
like his flash. It's like he vibrates through it. That's why I'm like, did he really get stabbed? Was it after image? Or like you said, was it his arm? Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, that was pretty interesting.
And poor Drake, you think he loses his voice cord? Like,
ooh. I mean, if Apu could tank this and then get up and tell Drake, I know armament hockey, then I got Drake getting back up. But
he ain't fighting for the rest of this arc.
That looks very, very painful.
Yeah.
I don't know specifically what Drake's going to do.
Plus, he was already bloody.
Yeah.
Drake done for this arc.
He's been taking L's, but I'm not sure yet. Solely because of the Kobe flashback, like he has to do something.
And I think to that point, for what's coming, while Luffy and Zoro, which we'll get to, is down for the count, I feel like this will be the time for everyone on Wano to do what basically they did for Luffy and Dressrosa, where they carried him around. This is let Chopper heal them, and while everybody else just hold off Kaido until Chopper can heal him or whatever can happen for Luffy. Drake might be in that.
I mean, that's interesting. But
that maybe could be what Denjiro's gonna do because we still haven't seen his ass yet.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So, like, as you're giving off these theories, I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest. Not because they're not plausible, but because I honestly don't want to see the Scabbards versus Kaido
again.
Ever.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
then let's do Momo and Zunisha versus Kaido then.
Absolutely. That's interesting. But outside of Luffy and Zoro, I don't want to see anyone else go against Kaido again because we already know what the result's going to be. I do find it very interesting. I'm probably going to go over this a little bit later. I'm going to go over this a little bit later.
You might as well do it now because we into the Kaido fight. Like there's nothing else.
Well, really
but the lantern.
I'll do it once Luffy gets, in danger. But,
gotcha.
Looking at the way that this fight goes, the first thing I want to say is the manner in which Luffy keeps referencing this is his last Gear 4. I believe that this...
You know it. Call it. It's coming.
I believe this is what we were talking... Well, no.
Oh.
I think that this is exactly what I've been saying. There is no Gear 5th.
Well, no. I'm saying like a new delineation. So he ain't...
I mean, okay, he may get another Gear 4 for
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He ain't getting up and not doing something.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, but a lot of people are thinking Awakening or Gear 5th. I say no because of exactly what happened here from last chapter to this chapter. If Luffy is fighting Kaido in base, I knew that what that meant was that Luffy was going to tear Kaido up once he got to Gear 4. And that's exactly what he did last chapter. Base, and then he quickly went into Gear 4 and started to overwhelm Kaido.
I'm because Hockey is he got defeat. He about to get that Zenkai. Something coming because there's no, and also the fact that Gorosei talked about this devil fruit is finally awakening. Kaido saying this ain't rubber. Look, human Sung Wukong or monkey fruit Sung Wukong coming, because and you know how you can explain it away, because Sung Wukong has the bendable power pole. Like Goku never had, his power pole didn't bend, but Sung Wukong's in like actual fiction, it bends to his will, i.e. thinking Luffy's rubber.
Right. So I definitely agree with all of those sentiments. I say this as a joke, but do you remember when people were saying that Kaido might be Katakuri's father?
Yeah.
So when I was reading this chapter, I found it very amusing that Kaido started to emulate Luffy in order to beat him down the way that Luffy fights. It's the same way Katakuri did. Like Katakuri literally was like, instead of fighting the way that I fight, I'm going to fight exactly how you fight and do what you do better than you. Mm-hmm. So when we look at the choreography of this fight, again, we're reminded of what Doflamingo told Luffy.
About your power.
The speed. Like, you definitely have the speed to pretty much compete with anyone, but you're lacking in strength. And so I don't think that he's necessarily lacking in strength anymore, even though Snake Man does prioritize speed over power. But when you conquers Rio, I wouldn't be surprised.
But he still needs something else to push him over the edge. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he was damaging Kaido. He's giving Kaido his first real fight since Oden. He's looked better than Oden with everything he's got, but he doesn't have enough yet to quite get over the edge. Now, one or two things can happen. Both things I believe will happen, but I think it could be one or two things. He doesn't have enough power, so you bring in Zoro, him and Zoro tag team with no new Gear 4, no new Gear 5. It's just him and Zoro tag teaming. Or you give him the gear, the new gear delineation. He fights until a certain point, and then that's when Zoro comes in and they do the finishing thing. Either way, I'm cool with it, but I think I think this 100% gives your ZKK thing. It's real. Either way it goes.
I mean, the way that my mentality on this has changed is that I was prepared to give Luffy credit for beating Kaido 1v1 so that he could defeat that epithet of bet on Kaido 1v1.
He ain't doing it.
But it would be that when he defeats Kaido, because Kaido is this, super great Zoan, he's going to pass out like he did after Katakuri, and then Kaido's going to get back up. And then it's going to be a Kuma situation where Kaido's over to mess with Luffy, and then Zoro comes out of nowhere and protects his captain. That's what I was thinking. But then
when it's looking more like Oars.
It's looking more like Oars, which is poetic because Oars is also a giant.
An ogre.
But more so than that was the previous chapter. It kind of pointed something out to me. So it was like, okay, we know that Luffy as the main character is stronger than the other Supernova, right? But it took 2 Supernova to beat Big Mom. So is Oda really about to deliver Luffy defeating someone that it took 2 of the other top 5 to beat?
Nope, he needs his crewmate. Yep.
He needs a second goal. He needs his crewmate, but specifically like Law and Kid, he needs another Supernova.
Yeah, for sure.
And that being obviously Zoro.
Zoro, facts.
The portrayal here, a lot of people I've been seeing have been denying this. I don't even debate this anymore. But last chapter, I believe, or whenever it was that Frankie grabbed Zoro as he was falling, people have been making the comparisons. The way that Zoro's face looked exactly the same way that Luffy's face looked when he was falling in the water. The eyes blacked out, the facial expression, the mouth being open, the blood leaking.
And to the flip, Luffy kept doing a bunch of Zoro stuff when Zoro fought King, and he was about to fall. Like, and he did fall, unlike Zoro, but that's just to Luffy. Like, I get it. You can't beat Kaido right now. We still need flashback. We still haven't ended Act 3. The tragedy is that Luffy loses, but the heroic moment is he gets back up. I'm telling you, Act 3,
tragedy, man. Like, he's lost like 7 times this arc.
That's the but Oda's gonna make it to where it seems like, oh, he can't get up. That type of Act 3 ending with because I'm gonna just say this now. The spoiler I read just because we talking about it. It's saying narrator saying he out. Well, not he out. Narrator saying the rooftop battle, Kaido wins, and it's specifically that. So that tells me, okay, battle one officially Kaido, but they're gonna fall down and they're gonna fight again. Like it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
They gotta fight over. They still have to fight over the Flower King capital.
I mean,
people are forgetting that.
I've said that before. It's almost like, you know, everything is waiting on that Flower Capital thing. Like it's almost annoying to
that
see
like
for all of 2 panels.
We had to make Luffy lose just so we could get back to that. Yeah.
Right.
And let Momo face off with Kaido with Zunisha until Zoro and Luffy get straight. That's exactly like
nothing of significance is going to happen until we get to the Flower. Like literally. So what we're going to
and honestly, I could see Kaido starting to pull his shit back over there, and it's Momo and Zunisha doing their thing, and then Luffy has to come up. Luffy and Zoro have to come up, fight him, and then Momo can drag it back out. His hour of moment, so they can see him dragging it. That type of thing.
Well, that's not what you just said was nice. Like you said what did Odin have?
His
legendary hour.
Yeah, his hour, or his hour of moment, the legendary hour, something like that. I think so, yeah.
So if Momo has a moment like that where he's, you know, clashing with Kaido, I mean, obviously, I think Momo should lose, and Kaido's having trouble playing clouds. So I mean, I don't even know how Momo doesn't lose immediately. Like, but it could be interesting figuring out
what Zunisha how Zunisha comes into this too.
Right. So
CP0, he dead. Kaido killing him. Kaido better kill him.
He's definitely gonna die. I don't know how soon. And this is the thing. Like at first, I kind of wanted to criticize Luffy and Kaido because it's like y'all are using Future Sight.
That's why I said what I said about Kaido at first. I was like, bro, how are you letting this happen again, dog? Like you must. He might have been. I don't want to. I don't believe. Like I'm not gonna say he was scared of Luffy, but he might have let that happen.
No. I don't think he let it happen. I think that this is tied to exactly what happened with Luffy.
Okay.
They're so focused on the fight.
They didn't.
You're not gonna be able to tell someone, especially someone as insignificant
as him.
Like, yeah, Drake built up CP0, but let's be real.
Luffy's trying to dodge Thunder Bog was not no shade.
Yeah,
like,
but Izo took out essentially one of the top ranked CP0 members. If Izo could do that, all 5 Supernova.
And Luffy took out the top tier protege of CP0, which is Rob Lucci.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that's not even a question. For me, it's like the CP0 member knows he's gonna die. He's essentially already accomplished his goal. I don't know if Kaido's going to arrange for him to die or if he's just going to right there.
That's what I'm saying. He should just right there. That would make me love Kaido even more. Like I'm picturing next chapter, whatever Momo and Zunisha happens, but as Kaido strikes him, I want the chapter to end as he strikes him like, damn, I haven't had a fight. And he just starts reminiscing on what just happened. And that's how we get into the flashback into Act 3. Might as well. It's time.
It's definitely time for Act 3 to end. It's definitely time for us to finally get the flashback. I mean, we got a little bit with Big Mom, but that was definitely Kaido reminiscing about Big Mom more so than Kaido reminiscing about himself.
Yeah.
So we haven't got to Kaido flashback in its entirety yet. But one thing I do want to bring up about Future Sight, Kaido, like the impression that I got, and a lot of people are post-rationalizing Kaido now, right? So, like, for me as a Zoro fan, right, if I want to build up Dragon Blaze, then I would say Kaido used Future Sight because we did see the little spark of observation denoted before Zoro used Dragon Blaze, right? So if I want to apply headcanon and say Kaido saw what was going to happen if he didn't dodge Dragon Blaze, that's why he dodged, right? You could make that argument, but if I'm being honest, I actually don't believe Kaido used Future Sight until he said it. Yeah. And the reason why that is because Kaido is just so freaking strong.
And he's focusing on so much shit. Like, he's focused on keeping the shit up. He fighting all these different people, like you said. Like, you got to be focused, zeroed in. And that, I don't think that's Kaido's specialty like Katakuri. I think he just has that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he has it. He has it at a high level.
That's,
I think he's like Kenpachi. He refuses to use that because it would bore his fights even more. Like he's like, I'm already fast as hell. So I can already dodge most.
And my durability is already top tier in the verse. Like,
I don't need to see this too. Like that's gonna take the last bit of enjoyment that I might be
the type of adventure of like how Luffy was like, I don't want to know about Laugh Tale. I want to have the same thing with Kaido in fights. Good comparison. I definitely
Luffy forced Kaido, in my opinion, to use it. Where Kaido was like, okay, Luffy, you've gotten to such a level, and I know
I gotta use it.
Like,
yeah.
Now I'm gonna match you. Like you're pulling out all the stops. I finally feel like I can pull out all the stops. So guess what? You didn't know this. I got Future Sight in my bag, bro. I'm gonna start using it. So personally, I believe that he just started using it. Although I do understand, some people building up past moments where Kaido may have dodged or fell a certain type of way because maybe he saw what would have happened if he didn't.
I like your explanation
for that.
Yeah.
Based on the official here, I don't think he started using it until this chapter.
So that's pretty much all. That's really all I got with this chapter. I mean, because the rest is fights.
The rest is fight.
Which was a great fight too. Like I said, absolutely. that move where Kaido goes up, picks Luffy up. I've been waiting for that. Like spitting him out and then fire blast. That's one of the best Kaido moves he used in Dragon form.
Easily.
So
I have no idea
what's next. Yeah, me neither.
What goes beyond this point. I mean, obviously,
we got a break after the next chapter. Oda said y'all gotta wait 2 weeks. That's what I'm saying. The act about to end. He putting a break. Like, it just feels that way, man. You see, you didn't know there was a break. Yeah, they got a break. Theory video the week off, so be ready.
Can't keep doing this to me. I know he's been doing this to me for 20 plus years, but you can't keep doing it.
Not the highest moment. Yeah, no facts. But that's pretty much everything we got for y'all this week, ladies and gents. Like I said, we'll be right back. Saturday or Sunday, probably Saturday, because we know in this chapter we're gonna want to talk about that soon. Christian, tell the people where they can follow you at on social media.
At Hollinger94, or if you're looking for me on Instagram, it's gonna be Art Season.
And y'all go get some art from him.
Yep, and also on all platforms, Design Season LLC.
Y'all go get some art from my man Christian. And we will talk to y'all later this week. You can follow me at LimBWT, follow Bros Who Think at Bros Who Think. Look, the Batman review is out now on YouTube. By the time you guys hear this, the full podcast is out. We took a deep dive. Christian saw how many notes I took. I watched the movie twice. Like, I think we gave one of the best Batman reviews like out in the market. So y'all definitely check that out. And the latest Bros Who Think podcast will be out this week. And then Anime Talk will be out on Wednesday. Chris and I are recording that by the time you guys hear this Tuesday night. So y'all have that Wednesday, and Run It Back will be out this week as well, reviewing Friday. So a lot of content dropping. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow us, and we'll talk to you this weekend. Until then, peace.
Peace.